What up? It's your boy Sebastian, and I'm back with day 7. So today we're doing a little something different. It's day 7 of Pride Month, so if you're not proud, please be proud to be whoever you are: male, female, masculine, feminine, non-binary. What else is out there? Emo. I don't even know what that is. Demi. All of those. I don't know what those are either. Just everybody on the spectrum of in the LGBTQ plus community. I hope y'all all are doing the best that you can do in this month, and if you're not, please go out and do the best that you can to enjoy the life that you have, because we only got this one to live. So please live it to the best of your abilities. So today our word is, I'm making it real simple for y'all today, man. The reason why is that today we're going to talk about what it means to be a man. I'm doing it from the male perspective because as I am a female to male, so I'm going that way, and I'm going to define man as it is in the Webster dictionary, and it says an individual human. And from that one sentence, it does not specify male or female. In the next part, it says especially an adult male human. Male meaning masculine. So, and just in case somebody want to be a butthole and want me to tell you what that means, male, because y'all gonna try to do what y'all do, and I know what y'all do. So, male is of or relating to or being the sex that typically has the capacity to produce relatively small, usually model. I don't know. I know it's talking about sperm though, to fertilize a damn egg. So yeah. And then it says having a gender identity, that's B, having a gender identity that is opposite of female, meaning me. So just in case we get lost in this conversation and they say, oh, well, you were born a female, you have no right to talk. I got every right to say what I want to say because I got definitions to back me up. And that's from definitions that I didn't put in there, okay? And nobody I know like me that we know of put those definitions in there. So, with that being said, as I continue, it is what defines a man. See, and for this, it's going to come in many different standpoints. The reason why I say that is because as a man, as a trans man, and then as any of those of color, these are different levels to this, and I'm sorry if someone takes this the wrong way or whatever, because the fact is it's true. It is different for white men than black men or Asians, Hispanics, or whatever. They have their own issues, and those minorities or those races need to talk about their own issues for their capacity of that. So with that being said, what does it mean to be a man? We hear all the time that men are supposed to be tough and masculine and protectors and all these things. But what does being a man really mean? Like, is it just those things? Does it really just come down to whether you have a penis or not? Because if that's the case for a lot of cisgender men, in case y'all haven't seen that Jubilee thing, I think it was conservative men versus trans men or whatever. That video, oof, I was mad at some things. I understood other things. I agreed with certain things. I also disagreed with some things. Like, so much went into that video. So if y'all haven't seen that, I feel like y'all should see that at the end of this. Like, for real, I'm not trying to shoot Jubilee more people to watch their stuff, but seriously, that one you should watch, especially if you are trans of any kind, whether male or female, because I feel like even if they did it with females, you'd get some of the same answers that you got on this particular episode. However, they make it seem like none of the trans men could ever be men no matter what they did to themselves. As far as they're concerned, you'll never be a man. And I know that there are plenty of people out there who believe that. I've had people say it to me. it is what you believe. I don't have to believe what you believe. So hey, believe how you believe, and I'll believe how I choose to believe about myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to keep me alive. I don't care whether you're alive or not. Well, I do. In the whole scheme of things, I care if you're alive tomorrow or not. I wouldn't want anyone to die. But what I'm saying is that my sole priority is myself and not your feelings or how you feel about yourself. So if you don't like that I'm trans, you don't like that anyone out here is trans, that's on you. You weren't living with that. I'm perfectly happy with doing what I'm doing to myself. So with that being said, that I am perfectly happy with myself, let's talk about the fact that trans men, we get to see things from both sides, especially if you didn't transition at a younger stage and you waited to a later stage. I feel like those, especially those over like 18, 21, those over those ages, especially if you're 30, 45, 50 before you started transitioning, you experienced a whole lot more as a female and then as a male as you transitioned, because we get to see it from both sides and they ask questions about that. So what makes you a man? I personally don't feel like anything makes you a man. I don't think it's from, and this is before I told anyone about me wanting to transition, when I still looked, talked, acted like a female for a very short amount of time. My mother will tell you too, I'm very honest, very blunt, straightforward. I feel like that men, it's just a title. Man, literally, that's what it is. It's a title. With that being said, go out there, and your toughness doesn't make you a man. There's women out there tougher than some men I know, and some with big muscles, and women that don't even have those muscles can cut them down like a fraction, okay? They will break them down like a fraction and make them wish they had more decimal points at the end to contend with them, okay? In a ring of any kind, whether it's speaking, articulating words to other people. So I have an article up, and I wanted to read a piece of it to you because I found it to be interesting. It's called "What Does It Mean to Be a Man?" It's by Jonathan P. Higgins. And in here he says that he used to hear the term man up. I've heard that too. They tell people that all the time. Man up. Men ain't supposed to cry. Men ain't supposed to do this. I don't agree with that. I don't think we should be raising our children in that way, male or female, because I know guys that have told their girls that. I have a sibling who grew up with her father, and her father told her exactly that. Stop crying. Crying don't help nothing. Crying is an emotion. It does not mean that it is not intended to help in the way that they think that people are crying for. Crying sometimes just releases. And if you need to release, I feel like release. You hear me, y'all? Release. Let the cry out. Since being on testosterone, crying is the hardest thing for me to do. So if I'm crying, trust me, it is something that really got like deep down into my soul. Like recently, my grandmother died about 2.5, 3 weeks ago now, y'all. I have not cried really much of anything. Like I've had a couple tears come out my eyes, and that's late in the middle of the night. But no one has physically seen me cry because, like I said, I can't cry anymore. Like, I'm sad. I miss her. She, even though we wasn't the best of friends, like, I loved my grandmother. On top of that, it was out of the blue. Like, no one was expecting it. So, it hurt even more because she wasn't sick. And she just, she had a massive heart attack after having many heart attacks. So, MANY MINI. There you go. Many heart attacks. And which led to the massive one, and she did not survive, unfortunately, which really hurt all of us. I had just seen her that Friday, and Sunday she was gone. That's how quick it was. So, as a man, how you supposed to react to that, right? You feel what you feel. You react however way you react. Some men will cry over their grandmothers, their mothers, their wives, their children, whomever crying, and some won't. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because guess what? Just like there's a spectrum for LGBT, there's a spectrum of being a man, a female, all those things. You know why? Because no one is built the same. Men cry, women cry, children cry, and it's okay for them to cry. Stop telling little kids to man up, especially at 3 or 4 years old. I've heard people say that. I had a friend I went to school with. He told my nephew that when he was 3 years old. Stop crying. You a man. Men don't do that. First of all, he's a boy. He's a child. Don't you ever tell him that ever again in your life. Okay? Let him cry if he wants to cry. And he no longer cries, just so we are clear. And he's 14. So, it has nothing to do with what you tell them. Because, trust me, he did his crying even after 3 and 4 years old. He did his crying. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with anyone crying. If you're going to cry, cry. Sometimes you got to get it out. You're going to get mad, get mad. As long as you ain't hitting nobody, putting your hands on nobody, I'm all for it. And see, that's another thing about men. See, a lot of men feel like they got to put their hands on somebody to define them as a man. Me personally, I feel like real men, you the man you claim you are, you don't need to put your hands on anybody to make your point or to get your point across. Like, why would you strangle somebody? Why would you punch somebody? To say, oh, I'm mad and I can do this and I can do that don't make you nobody. That's toxic as hell. Okay, so the toxic masculinity, that's it, player. That's it. So let's try to use something else other than anger to get our points across, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I get mad and I have a whole I can look at in my wall right now. In fact, more than one. Quite a few. I get mad too. I punch things, just not people. I punch walls, punching bag. I do sit-ups, push-ups, all of that. Yes, I'm healthy, but I get my exercise in. Don't you? Don't you fret. I might be thick, fat, whatever, but I promise you, I'm healthier than most fat, thick, healthier people. I mean, not healthier, but thick, heavier people. I do work out. I do watch what I eat. All those kinds of things, which some people do not do at all, not even a little bit. So, with that man up being used so much, he said that even he wanted to know how society saw masculinity as a whole. But this is the part that I want to read out that he wrote on here. He said, something I have always found disturbing is how much of the maleness and masculinity depends on one's genitals and what cisgendered men choose to do with said parts and who they choose to do them with. Meaning, once again, most men see themselves as men by how many women they can conquer, how big their dick is, in case some young yin is watching this that should not be watching it, or penis, shall I say, okay, how big it is. Having a big penis doesn't make you a man. Having a small one doesn't make you a man. Having one in general doesn't make you a man. That is a maturity thing. Some people got it, some people don't. Some people will never gain it. Some people can grow and get it. That's just the truth. Those are facts. That's just the same thing with being a woman, a lady, a wife, a husband. Some people can be any of those things. A wife, a mother, a father. Everybody don't have it in them to be what it is that you want them to be. Okay? Some people are not going to be mothers. Some are not going to be fathers. Some are not going to be husbands, wives. Hell, some won't even be good, upstanding citizens in the world. And it don't matter about being male or female. That's what I'm saying. Defining a man, you should be able to define that for yourself. If you look in the mirror and you say, I'm a man. In fact, I'm going to show you what I do sometimes. Not often, but when I need a little pep talk, push myself up, this is what I do. Sebastian, you're a man. You're a good man. Any lady that gets you, lucky to have you. And I would tell any lady that I'm dating, you leave me, trust me, you ain't gonna find nobody better than me. What I do for you, and I do it with all my heart. I put it in there, because I'm a good man, and I know I'm a good man. I don't need nobody to tell me that. Now also, given that, I'm not one who goes around boasting, I'm a man, I'm a good man, I ain't got time for all of that, fuck all of that. What I'm saying is, be you, but also be smart about it when you being yourself. Drinking don't make you a man either. Smoking weed or any other drug out there that you may do does not make you a man. Putting a baby in a woman doesn't make you a man, a father. It just means that by the definition of father, you are a father. That don't make you a father, somebody who truly takes care of their kids, spends time with their kid. You know, there are parents out there that don't do that for their kids, which means they really ain't parents. They just people who had people. And that's the truth. I hate to define it that way, but that's the truth. If you don't like what I said, I'm sorry. Feel free to write in the comments how you feel. But let's not make it out like me saying that I'm a man makes me less of a man than you because you were born with a penis. Because I guarantee you, if you get it chopped off tomorrow, you won't know what to do. I'm still gonna be me. So I'm just saying, you gotta look at it from all standpoints. Think out the box, y'all. Out the box. If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. So that's my time for today. So also, I want to put this at the end up here for the ladies out there. Don't let nobody define what type of woman you are, what type of lady you are. You say you a lady, you a lady. Be that. And I don't mind watching you while you walk past neither. I love the hips and thighs, okay? Definitely the thighs. I'm all about the thighs. I love to get in between them. But anyway, y'all have a good time. Just my time. I gotta go. I'm out. Like, subscribe, or don't. That's fine too. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Leave in the comment what you want me to talk about if that's the case. You feel me? Alright, peace out, y'all.